Hello and welcome back to Cal and Dom Talk Nonsense. We are right underway with Series 2 and this is Episode 3. We have so much to talk about this week. One topic I can't wait to talk about. I think we might start with. But most importantly, I'm joined by my good friend, Mr. Dom Meadowcroft. Dom, we're back again, mate.
We are. It's episode 3, and it's flying by, isn't it? It seems to be going a bit quicker than last season. I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. Time flies when you're having fun, I suppose, which is probably the most TV-like thing I've ever said in my life. But we'll carry on. I'm doing great, and let's just carry on. And obviously, like you said, the topic of the day is on the thumbnail. I'm sure you'll be buzzing on the thumbnail as well because I've still not got that image of you smiling away, gleaming in itself. It was Liverpool, Man United 0, Liverpool 7, and there he is. There's the. Is that the final goal or is that the? I'm guessing it's a Salah goal. Isn't it?
That was the Salah one, but
not bad, not bad.
Yeah. Just the best things that happen are when they're not supposed to or nobody thinks to, and you don't even expect it yourself. And you get, I woke up that morning dreading it, terrified. I had texts off friends, United fans, and they was at the pub already. They was at the pub at like 12. I'd had my breakfast, and I was like, oh God.
7 hours worth of drinking before the 7 goals.
I thought, do you know what? I'll meet him down there. Have a couple just settle my nerves before I was going to watch it at my dad's. So went down the pub and I thought, I'm walking in now. All I want to see is that they're as terrified as me. Then I'll feel great. And then I walked in and he was like, all right. It's like, yes, here we go. Like,
oh, really? Really?
Yeah, the United fans were scared as well. It's that type of fixture. It always has been and it forever will be. So that settled my nerves a bit. Had a couple of beers with them, talked about it. Saw our midfield, and we got a fantastic stat. It got sent over to us in the uni chat about that midfield, the Liverpool midfield, and I couldn't believe that they never lost a game together.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's incredible.
You have Harvey Elliott start, and you think, oh God, right, big game for a young lad. Henderson not been in the best of form, and then you look at the United team, you think they've just won a cup, they're doing really well, and then we pump them 7-0.
Well, that's the thing. The first 20 minutes was a perfect away display from United. You know, keep them contained, have a couple of chances yourself. Rashford was close with a chance, and this is just a complete anomaly, a complete freak result in your favour. And I mean, like you say, I think it was 28 goals in 5 games from the 3 in centre mid. Harvey Elliott needed something to prove, and this might be a coming of age performance from him, especially in centre mid, a role that he's only played a couple of seasons. Do you think it's weird because do you think Liverpool played well, or do you think United played poor? Is it I don't even know what it's the second.
I'd really like to. I've heard so many things since because obviously with a result like that, it does blow up the internet, doesn't it? Everybody talks about it, has their own take. I've seen so many things talking about how bad Man United were, and I'm not saying this just as a Liverpool fan. I've watched Liverpool this season, and I've watched them really struggle to penetrate a defensive line and to get a goal, even one goal. And you've seen us get beat by Wolves and Brighton, big heavy defeats. Liverpool from minute one, the way that the game went, the first half an hour, we had a lot of the ball, and like you say, perfect away performance, keeping us quiet in terms of not scoring. We had a lot of the ball, a lot of good little chances, half chances. They had probably the best of the first 35 minutes with the Bruno Fernandes header that went just wide. Obviously, the Rashford chance. But we played brilliantly. They got a foothold on the game around the 35 to 40 minute mark. And I started to think they're taking control of this. They've got a grab on it. The Gakpo goal is at the perfect time. Obviously, it's a cliche, isn't it? Just before half time, it changes everything for the team talk. But I thought Liverpool were superb, barely threatened in the first half. And then they came out second half. Nobody expected that. But I can't hear that Manchester United were just that bad because they really weren't. Like, there was terms of, when a team's making mistakes, such as like giving the ball away, obviously. But when you get impressed like that, like we was, like the good old days of Liverpool, the press creates the mistakes. If you don't do the press, they don't make the mistakes. They'll find a ball, an easy pass sideways, and find something to threaten us. I was so happy with the intensity, with the constant going forward, thinking this isn't enough. Keep going, keep going. There's no reason when you're playing Man United and you can score 7 why you don't score 7. So I was made up with that because a lot of teams these days will settle for 3 and then just knock it around the back for a bit. We need a confidence boost just as much as anybody. I thought Liverpool were brilliant. I thought players that have been talked about a lot recently really stepped up and were really good on the day. And it was just good to see a lot of players get a goal and get a smile on their face. And the Bobby Firmino finish of that was the cherry on the icing on the cake, wasn't it?
That's what he said, weren't it, on the commentary? I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
Martin Tyler actually had a good day in the office for once.
Yeah,
I know he's
do you know
he's
what?
not.
He was.
Yeah.
With the goals, he was getting excited. And I suppose a spectacle like that, when that scoreline doesn't happen, and it shouldn't
No.
happen, really. But very happy it did nonetheless.
Like I say, I think I've heard people say that I think a 3-0 would have been worse than a 7-0 for the United's perspective, because it's such a freak result that a 3-0, yeah, you get battered, whereas the 7-0, you're like, what even happened? Do you know, like
Yeah,
Blackburn
it sort
lost
of
7-0.
reverberates back to him, doesn't it?
Blackburn lost 7-0 last season, then won the next 11 in a row.
Yeah.
And you're like, that was just a complete freak result. You can write it off. Whereas the 3-0, I could see the point of view, but also they did lose 7-0.
Yeah.
So
they can keep telling themselves whatever they
exactly.
want.
I think they're trying to like just go like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't. It was only 7.
Yeah. It was horrific. And just a quick one on them actually, because obviously I'd want to talk about Liverpool all day about how we destroyed them. But the big telling point for me, the one thing that I spoke to a few United fans after about, because it's hard to really rub it in when you win like that, because it could always easily be you one week.
You got apathy, haven't you? Rather
yeah,
than it's like it's not even that funny at that point. You're like,
it's
oh,
quite
no.
embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so when I was speaking to them, it was Bruno Fernandes's performance. I'd give him a 0 if I was rating that in a paper article, because he played well in the first half, did all right, but his antics when things started to go against him, you know, he's that type of player anyway. But to that extent, I've never, I don't think you can maybe remind me, I've never seen a player playing for a top club ask and be gutted when it's not them coming off ever. And when Gary Neville said it on the commentary, I thought that didn't happen. He's got that wrong there. And then the video surfaced afterwards.
Oh, I've not
when
seen
he's
it.
looking at the bench saying, "Why not me? Why take me off?"
As a captain as well.
And that's where you start thinking. Obviously, it's funny, and they're our biggest rivals, and we've just tonked them 7-0. But when a captain is doing something like that,
yeah,
it's really poor. And you know, they were just starting to show that they had a bit of bite about them and a bit of something to them, this United team. And this might not derail them. This might do the opposite and work in their favour towards the end of the season. But you can't have a player like that anywhere near it for me. I think if I see that as a manager, that's got to be it for me. I don't think I could trust that player ever again. Thinking I can't handle getting stuffed at Anfield. It's like, mate, you got us here. Like, you're part of the problem here. You 11 lads.
Like you could be poor. You could be technically poor or just have an off day. But if you're mentally like shocking like that, it's
you know, he goes down holding his face when Canati, when the arm goes into his chest and he's holding his face. Little things like this, it can work in your favour when, you know, if it's a tight game and you manage to cod the referee and you get a yellow card for the opposition. But when the referee's just seeing how blatant and silly it is and you're getting battered, it's just the worst look you could ever imagine. That was what they were saying to me as well, the United fans that I spoke to. He disgraced that club on Sunday. And it's a word you don't often want to use, but he really did. His antics were horrific on Sunday.
So obviously that puts you in 5th place now, with a game in hand, by the way. 3 points off 4th. After everything that's happened this season, and we'll just cap it off with this, obviously. So obviously we spoke about it with Pete for a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it was like up in the air whether you're going to make it at the time. You're 3 points off so 4th with a game in hand, just won 7-0. The tide is turning. It seems pretty much, other than the Real Madrid game, it's been a perfect year so far in 2023. Yeah. I think it's just that Real Madrid game, you know, it makes it look even worse than probably what it was. I know your answer. You're obviously going to make the top 4.
I think it's mainly just because of the two teams above us with Tottenham and Newcastle. They both seem to be, one seems to be all over the shop. The other seems to be Newcastle. They're below us now. I love that. That's
I didn't
brilliant.
even realize. Yeah, but they will be if they're game.
Oh God, yeah. I think that was it. So they've got the game in hand on us there, yeah. But Newcastle, their seasons, it seems like they've hit their peak, and now I can't see them doing much at all. Now a lot of them are quite active on social media. The Newcastle fans have got a new, brand new little disliking for them lot. But
yeah, they've joined the call, aren't we? Oh no, we're not part of the cool down.
Yeah, but they're active on social media saying which stage of European football would you settle for this season, and I'm like, what do you even say to that? That's so cheeky.
Oh, from a Newcastle fan.
Yeah, you've had a decent start to the season. Quite a few games left for this one, mate. There's about 14 games left, I think. And
the Saudis could leave in a year's time,
and
just put them in the bin. Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. You've
not
just
even very entitled.
So I get what you mean, but yeah, let's just simmer down on them. But also, they need to simmer down themselves. They got to one final,
Yeah, that's it. We should do a whole feature so soon. But I want to try and get one of the fans off our Twitter on. That'd be brilliant. But yeah, I think we could do it. I think Spurs are all over the shop as well. So in short, yeah, I think we will get 4th.
So going from there to obviously the team in 9th place, Brentford FC, and the man himself up front, Ivan Toney, who is admitted to a lot of his 232 breaches of betting or gambling, whether it's down to wages with teammates or otherwise, because that seems to be a thing with players, isn't it? He said he was disappointed with how it came out, and the press speculation is sort of basically putting him out there instead of an actual trial system. But you had a point, didn't you, about how he's performing, and I don't think Brentford would be 9th in the league, would they, without Ivan Toney?
I think that was. I really wanted to speak about it today, actually recording this, because it just went through my head today. I was looking at the highlights from the game last night, and as much as they probably aren't breaking any rules, I think Brentford as a club will be very sure that they're not doing anything wrong, and he can still play for them. He's not suspended or anything like this. But it just doesn't sit right. And what hurts is that I love Brentford as a club. I think they're doing brilliantly. And I really like Ivan Toney as a player. I think he's absolutely brilliant player. It just doesn't feel right, this. There's teams going to Brentford, or Brentford's coming to their ground and doing a job on them because he's putting a 10 out of 10 performance, scoring a goal, getting an assist. And it's just not for what he's being charged with.
Do you think there's like a systemic issue with it? Like, do you think he's?
I just think it's strange that I'm looking at this player, and as soon as they get their act together and get him nailed for what he's done, for what he's admitted to, he won't be playing for a while. But everybody knows right now what has happened. It just doesn't seem very transparent how it's all happened. Like he said, and he's right in what he said as well, the way it's come through the media, and there hasn't been anything really set in stone about the entire process. So Brentford just keep playing him, which, yeah, fair enough, they can do, but it just seems a bit strange when you see like Ivan Toney going through and just winning games for Brentford now, and it's like, should he really be playing? Like,
all right, sorry, I thought you meant like as in like he was doing stuff with other players, like as in like
no.
That's why I was like, what? Speculation.
It just doesn't feel right that he's playing now and doing so well.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I'd feel very hard done by if I was a Fulham fan.
I got a couple of stats for you that I've not discussed with you before. And Joy Barton did 1,260 bets over a 10-year period, including wages with his own teammates and games he was involved with, and he got an 18-month ban or 18-month ban. Scott Cashket, who is at Wickham, still is at Wickham right now, 183 involving games he was involved in, which is similar to Ivan Toney. He got a 3-month ban. A couple of different ones as well. Kieran Trippier, obviously, he was involved in the going to Atletico Madrid,
wasn't it? Yeah.
I don't know what he got. I think it was like a 6 week. Was it 6? There's like a week, or wasn't much, was it? It was like over the summer as well. So and obviously Wayne Shaw from Sutton United.
Clip that.
You remember him?
With the pie?
Yeah, with the pie.
Oh,
8-1 it was on, I believe it was either Sky Bet or Paddy Power.
Sky
8-1.
Bet like doing little ones like that.
I think it might have been Paddy Power, and obviously he had to leave his job in the end. That's amazing. Obviously, he's admitted to a lot of them. He obviously will get fined at the very least. He'll get a ban at some point. I think Brentford will struggle without him. Mbeumo is not up for the. I don't think he's a Premier League striker. People rate him. I don't. I think he cannot finish his dinner. Never mind on the pitch. Yanley. I think we're struggling for strikers right now for Brentford FC, and I think everything goes towards Ivan Toney, and that's how they work. So they're really going to struggle. But yeah, he's what is it? 11 penalties in the Premier League now out of 11. Everyone looks comfortable. Pretty much in the England squad if it wasn't for this. Probably should be right now if it wasn't for this as well, because it was him or Callum Wilson, weren't it?
Yeah.
Before the World Cup, and he's just gone on, and Callum Wilson's sort of
he's backtracked
a little bit, yeah.
So it's unfortunate for him, isn't it? But you've just got to be a bit more careful with stuff like that. You can't do it. You sign a contract. I have a friend who used to play for Prescott Cables. He had to sign a contract, so he didn't bet.
It's going to low down, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's Warrington Town lads, because you can bet on Warrington Town and Prescott and things like that. So it's
stupid as well, because I think how much they make.
What's it? Oh God,
it's
it doesn't even bear thinking about, does it? But it's interesting to see. They've got themselves in a really good position, haven't they, in the league?
Yeah, like I say, the 9th place.
So they're not going to go down, I'd imagine. But it's still, they could do something incredible this season, and I don't think they will.
The recruitment is insane. Them and Brighton, everyone keeps saying it. Their recruitment from League One, both teams, to the Premier League, it's been nothing short of miracles with the budgets that they've had. Talking about Brighton, it's a nice little segue. Is an manager of those, and I got this manager right. It wasn't like Ralph Hasenhüttl from the last season. Graham Potter. Obviously, Graham Potter has now been in charge for 27 games. They're currently playing against Borussia Dortmund as we speak, so this could be the final chance for him. That face sums it up, really. 10 wins, 7 draws, 10 losses, 37%. Is it Chelsea's fault? Is it Potter's fault? Is it the manager? Is it the chairman's fault? Or is it a mixture of all of them?
I think what baffles me about this one is no one can really say, oh, we didn't even want him. We wanted this man, this man. There was nobody there. And I remember on the day when Tuchel was sacked, and we was all talking about it, and we were like, well, it's got to be Potter, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And our friend who's been on your show, and Liam Vickery, he said the exact same. He was like, he's definitely going to Chelsea. And it happened in like 2 days or something.
Oh, so yeah. It was instant.
It was all as though like, that's who I want to be my next guy. Because he sacked him. He didn't need to sack Tuchel, did he? It wasn't. He weren't doing great, but he wasn't doing terribly, and he won a Champions League. He had a bit of credit in the bank for that.
Issues with the transfers, weren't it? I think it was. I think they wanted Tuchel to do more of the transfers for the club, and then Tuchel was like, "No, you've got about 50 people there. You got data analysts, you got scouts, you got director of football, the COE, CEO. Like, just do your job. Can I just be in charge of people on the pitch?" But Graham Potter, is he a bang average manager? But was he in a good system? Like, do you know, like for Brighton?
He should take some credit for what happened at Brighton and the way that they are now. I think he was definitely a part of that. I think this is, you see this often when people say, oh, why do these young English managers never get a chance at the big 6 clubs? And there seems to be a formula as to why, and it can engulf you, can't it? And Chelsea are a nightmare of a club to be a manager for. I'm never going to get anywhere near it, but I could imagine it's an absolute nightmare. Even with Todd Bowley, who is, to be fair, he could have sacked him any of the last 3 weeks, really.
I cannot believe that Chelsea have gone from one mental owner, from Ivanovic, Yeah, and
Abramovich.
and then they sell it to a guy that's even more mental in spending. How have they found that? How have they even it's just crazy. Chelsea fans should never complain about anything in their lives. You know, they've won more than any other club in the history of the last the last 10 years or so. I think they're the highest in terms of that. Yeah, I don't think there's much going to be spoke about this till something happens with Potter, because he's got to go, Annie. Something ain't right. He's got to go.
It's just not worked, has it? And it's unfortunate because he seems like a really great guy, doesn't he? And you sort of root for him, don't you? But it's just not. That match is never ever going to work, and you can quote me on that when they win the next Premier League next season. But that match will never ever work, and they need to nip it in the bud now. I've heard stuff about Mourinho, whatever it is, just get rid of him.
I think that if they could get an agreement, then Potter and Conte would just swap. That seems like the perfect.
Yeah.
Potter at Tottenham and Conte, because he needs the big players around him. Conte, doesn't he? And all the money, which always helps. That's always what Conte is. From one poorly ran club to another, and we'll go from Chelsea to another team that's just above London. Look at the top of the Championship here. Watford are in 9th spot right now. And as of right now, Slaven Bilic, as of today, had just been sacked as the manager of Watford, making it the second manager to be sacked by there. Cal, do you know who's replaced him?
It's I've just seen this. Chris Wilder, isn't it?
Chris Wilder, yeah. So he was at Borough this season. Obviously, look at Borough; they're third in the league right now, flying. He flopped at Borough. Bilic is there for 26 games. Like I said, not like Potter, like 27. With a slightly better win percentage, 38 instead of 37. Do you want to guess how many managers has been since 2012?
Oh, I'm sure I just read this before. I think has Chris Wilder just become the 19th manager or something like that?
It's the 20th since 2012. So that's 20 managers in 11 years. So
right.
Rob Edwards was there for 11 games. I did predict that Bilic wasn't going to be there to the end of the season. I'll clip it now. What has happened? There must be something behind the scenes, because yes, the play has been great, but what can you do after 10 games? What can you actually do after 10 games? You can't make, Rome wasn't built in a day, and they've brought in a manager in Slaven Bilic, which is just, again, another manager. Hold me to this quote. Slaven Bilic won't be there at the end of the season. He definitely won't be, because either Watford fans will be sick of him, or they'll be sick of the board because they know it's just going to happen around the corner. And I'm stressing that I'm not annoyed, and I'm not saying that Watford are a disgrace in terms of the fans or the play on the field. It's the board and the off the field, how they're treating the fans, essentially. And it must be frustrating as a Watford fan. And that was the clip, me predicting it, nicely edited today, because I finished the Napoli video on my channel. I was like, oh, that's it. We should chill out till the podcast. Walk downstairs. Slaven Bilic has been sacked. I was like, are you fucking joking? And go, right, let's go back upstairs. Perpetual motion of just managers going in and out, in and out. Chris Wilder isn't, although Borough didn't go well, he did well at Walsall, he did well at Oxford, I believe. Sheffield United, obviously. He's done well at every single job that he's had, so I doubt it's going to be annoying, because I know that Watford are going to overtake us at some point, just because it's Watford, isn't it? And they get away with it. Gotcha. 51 points, 4 off the 6th spot. It's okay. They'll be fine. They always are, annoyingly. Can't keep getting away with it. Like, what was it? That's on Breaking Bad. But yeah, I don't think you have any thoughts. Yeah,
no, it's just so weird. It's just, I don't know how Watford fans must feel where every time they know it. They must know that you can't get invested behind a manager and a style of play because you don't know what it's going to be.
They still keep going promoted, though. That's the issue.
Yeah.
They've still been in the Prem like 8 of the last 12 years or something like that. It's credit to them for keep doing
Chelsea,
this.
But like a division below, isn't it? Like,
and even more
win
mental.
Champions League,
win a championship or you're gone.
Yeah.
Mental. But yeah, I don't know what else to say from this Watford point.
Okay.
We'll go on to our next segment, which is going to be random football over the week. Obviously, Cal, we had it last week where what we're going to do is we're going to obviously put both of our players in, and we've got the team here, and we've got the bench for a reason. Charlie Skiggs is the manager. If you didn't see that, I don't know if you did see that when I sent it you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mal Bronk in midfield and Steve Finnan at right back. Cal, have you got your player? It's not a bad start at all.
I have got my player.
Okay. Let me just get the thing. Yep. I didn't get the stats up for last season, which is frustrating. I should still try and figure out how many appearances they had and then compare the two from last season to this season. Right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let me make sure it's not looping. Okay.
Random footballer of the week.
Collins John.
Marcus Hanneman.
Oh, yeah.
Collins John.
Random footballer.
Yes. I love it. I love Collins John.
This one is shaping up, you know.
2 Fulham players already, you know.
Hanneman, man.
Do you remember
Reading
him?
Fame as well. Yeah, I remember him at Reading. He had a big bald head and he had massive eyebrows and he just looked dead cool and hard. He's a big
exactly.
Yank, big American guy.
I thought it's not Herman Heridason. It's what's he called? Herman.
Yeah.
He's called Herman or something. Marcus Hanneman. Hanneman. Yeah, Hanneman. So yeah, obviously, we're going to put a poll out on Twitter. Who's going to be the favourite, essentially. And by the end, we'll have to make our own team because obviously if we've got 10 episodes this season, then obviously we'll have 20 players, won't we? So we've already got our keeper. If you want a sub-keeper, you can put him in there. We'll have to maybe do a poll at the end of the season. Who's the best right back to put in there? Who can go left back? You know, like we can do something like that. That sounds like a good idea. But that's the team, obviously. We've got Hanneman in net. Collins John was a striker, weren't he?
Yes, yeah.
For Fulham. Dutch, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Class.
It just makes me laugh that if his name was the other way around, he'd just be John Collins from
just shit. Yeah.
He's a football manager, John
Where does he
Collins.
play? Where did he last play? After Fulham, when did he even go?
He played for Everton and then went to Fulham.
What?
And John
He played
Collins,
for Everton first?
Yeah, 1998 till 2000.
Oh, so
this is John Collins, by the way, not Collins John.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Collins John. I think
it's John Collins.
I don't know. Just some he played for
Collins
Charlton, didn't he? Oh, no, he didn't. No, he played for Fulham, went on loan to Leicester, Watford, NEC. I really thought he'd played for more English teams than he actually did here.
Mustn't have then.
Fulham, Leicester, and Watford. Oh, well.
Lovely. Are you ready for the next bit?
Oh, always.
I'm not.
Well,
anyway, we'll do the intro now.
Does Southgate want his job back after the World Cup as a domino?
I told you so.
Yous can never ever do
As every nation seems too good at doing with Duffer you Dauber, Stoner hit the low taken penalty. So watch out, Gareth. The pizzas are coming.
And obviously there was John Shirley's Vault, obviously last week, and we'll do this before the actual thing because I want to get this out of the way. I lost because I said a certain player's name. Obviously, if anyone wants to go back and see Cal's reaction to that and my realization a second afterwards, then that was something else. But I've got my creative eggs. Obviously, to start off with, we've got one egg. Yeah.
So it's going to be a tier system, isn't it? So we're going to do it.
Yeah.
If you do it once, you have to consume an egg.
I've got the egg. I've got a glass here as well, by the way. So
yeah.
If you want to just speak while you're.
Yeah, so he's getting ready. I thought you were going to do it whilst Charlie was on in a bit, but you
I'll
could let
do
it fester there for him. All right.
No,
you're going to do it now. So basically, Dom's, what we've decided, we wanted to do like the cheapest and easiest forfeit that we can do because we don't need to be doing anything horrible. It's just a simple mistake, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what Dom's going to do is
Nervous.
consume a raw egg. Live with you now on the Talk Nonsense podcast. And this is don't do it. If it's in the vault, it's in the vault for a reason.
Absolutely. So while I am doing this, do you want to discuss what is on our next bit? Because obviously I don't really know that much about it, because you messaged me the other day and said, we need to put it in the vault. We need to put it in the vault. And I didn't really know that much about it. So do you want to, before we explain it, obviously you can mention what it is right now, but then after it's in the vault, then you can't mention it. So it's all good.
So this week's entry is stupid Mandela effect. So the Mandela effect is this silly concept that something that actually did happen a long time ago. You think that it didn't actually happen like that through your own ignorance. You forget what something was. So then you think, no, it never was that. It was this. And it wasn't ever. And you can't wrap your head around the fact that it never was what you thought it was. And
so it's like the Pringles with the monocle, isn't it? I remember what people said. There's a monocle and a Pringles. Yeah.
But it just annoys me. And I just saw a couple that really, really annoyed me, because I was like, no, that never happened. No, I'm absolutely fine with that. That didn't happen. C-3PO. He had a silver leg. Of course he had a silver leg. No, he didn't have a silver leg. Yeah, he did have a silver leg. It's just stupid, man. It's things like this, that we are the champions.
So is it football related, or is it football
No,
related?
it's everything related.
Anything?
It's just stupid, man.
Oh, so you're saying it's things that people missed out, and they say, it's the Mandela effect because I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
You
It's like, no, you're just stupid, man. Like,
no, you're just a thick bastard. That's what you are. Anyway, I'm going to drink this egg.
Oh god, there it is. Doesn't look like much when you put it in a little cup like that. Oh, how was that? Horrible. Oh god, there's like sound effects and everything.
Yeah, did you hear the smacking then? Did you hear the little
and the little yolk
I don't know
went,
whether it. I don't know whether you heard it when I cracked the egg. It went. Bloop. I was like, oh. So if this hasn't come out, then you'll know I've got salmonella poisoning. So it's all good. It's only E. coli. 24 hours is fine. But obviously, last week we had the player that I mentioned, and this week we've got this here right now, and we can never speak about it ever again.
No,
I think the way you said it as well. Well, we explained it before. We can't
really
put
hard
that person in prison. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna have to write his name, put it in there, and then just
yes.
I don't even know.
Say it again now,
what I'll do is I'll put C-3PO's leg in there.
Yeah,
because that's the example you put.
C-3PO's leg, and there's so many others, like "We Are the Champions" by Queen. Apparently, like the actual song that never says "of the world" at the end, but when he did it at Live Aid, he did sing "of the world" at the end.
Oh right, okay.
So everyone thought that that's what it was, and then when they hear the actual one on Spotify, they're like, "What? Oh my god, it's the Mandela effect!"
What?
And so I'm going to put the Mandela effect into the vault this week. I'm going to shut it away, just in general, because it's quite annoying in itself. Wait. It all started because of the.
You just said it.
Yeah, I'm putting it into the vault.
Oh, I thought we just put it in the vault. Oh, we put it in the vault now. Oh, is that last week?
You said it the week after.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
So
shit.
It's in its actuality. It just annoys me, and it all started because Nelson Mandela. Apparently, everyone thought he died in prison, and then everyone.
Is that what it is? I didn't even know what it was.
The other year, like he died quite a few years ago now, didn't he? But it was all over the news that he died a few years ago, and then that's where it came from. And it's just annoying. I just don't like it. I thought when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I might get something out of this," and I thought, "Nope, he always had a silver leg. You idiot."
You fucking gammon.
Yeah. So there's a final time. If you want to say it, just get it out your system now. Going into the vault this week, the Mandela effect.
Absolutely beautiful. And this is where we go into the next bit, which is the quiz. And I got some news on the quiz. Still in the talks with the person who's going to make the actual quiz intro. Spoke to him today about it, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks it will arrive. I'll speak to you after the pod about it. But
I know we're being all secretive now, but in the current instrumental, it does say his name.
Oh, does it? Right, okay. there's no hiding away. But if you want to listen, okay, okay. I didn't realize that.
I was like, we put him in the vault then.
Yeah, imagine.
Never.
We
wouldn't have a channel.
Fucking yeah, right. So what we'll do is we'll go over to the quizmaster himself, Charlie Skiggs, and the quiz is coming up right about now.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's the day he's done it again, that Harry Kane, that fucking dirty little... He's done it again!
Now, you see, I'm talking facts here. I don't do if, buts and maybes. I do absolute ice in the fucking veins, mate! Fucking I'll fight you! Send that to your fucking friends! Let me talk! Let me talk!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cal and Dom Talks Nonsense quiz. I'm your quiz master, Charlie, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I've got a nice little quiz for you boys today. How you both doing?
Fantastic. I'm doing great. Obviously, I am 9 points behind Cal at the minute. So Cal is probably in a nicer mood than I am right now. Not quite as big as 7-0, but that only happens to a certain team in red.
Yes, it does. Correct.
And you must be on cloud 9, Cal.
Oh, mate, we were talking about it at the top of the pod. It's just crazy. It's one of them things that you just savour and just enjoy it because maybe a bit freak, but happen nonetheless.
If we did that to Arsenal, even if we were relegated, even if Spurs, I say that, if Spurs were relegated, I'd be upset. But if we beat Arsenal 7-0, I'd be like...
Yeah.
That makes it better. If you beat Arsenal 7-0 and get relegated, that almost seems better.
Like, what does that make you then?
Even in our worst team.
I love it. Oh, brilliant. Well, I'm glad you had a good week.
How are you doing, Charlie? And what is in store for the quiz this week? Because obviously we know that you've somehow pulled everything out of the bag every single week. So we're looking forward to it once again.
I'm good. I have to say that with the quiz, I try and be as original as possible. I won't lie, I've had a busy week. But in a fit of inspiration earlier on today, I sort of had it usually comes to me pretty last minute, like a brain of an idea, as I say. So this new idea I've got is original. As far as I'm aware, we have another original idea, and it's only going to be one section. Nice quick quiz. Let's not mess about. I want Cal to get back to his celebrating this week. He's got a few things to celebrate, so I'll let him crack on. And but I've got the subject today is, boys, team nicknames.
Oh,
okay.
We had a nightmare on this last week. We was on about the shrimps. Who was it? Oh, it was Southend, wasn't it? It was like they have got a shrimp in their club badge.
They're next to a sea. There must be a shrimp.
Well, I tell you what, I've kind of gone middle of the road, which kind of tells you. I said this to Beth. I was saying this to Beth before. I was like, which team should I choose? Because I thought if I go middle of the road, they all seem to be in the same league or two leagues. Do you know what I mean? If you go middle of the road, like where you don't want to be obvious easy. And then to be honest, some of them, like I was a bit like reading their names. I was like, I could have sworn there's at least two teams with that name. So I thought, well, I don't want to make it like tricky for you where I say a nickname, you go, well, that's definitely so-and-so. And I go, well, not according to this, even though I think more than one team has. Yeah. So I've tried to pick nicknames that are associated with just one team. They're not easy, but I'm kind of glad.
Oh, God.
It's another original idea.
The Reds, I'll be few.
Yeah.
How many teams are the Reds, the Blues, the Sky Blues, the Whites, all this? I'm like, well, fucking stupid. Do you know what I mean? So I've tried to go for as things simple as possible. Right. But we are going to start. Now, I don't want there to be ever be a conspiracy. So I want you boys to decide who goes first. And whoever goes first gets the first one.
I'll go first. I think I'll go. We'll do it in turn. So next week I'll go first. We'll do it like that.
Happy days. Right. So Dom's going first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep track of who's got what. So just to check, that was. Sorry to blow it in your face again, Dom. Are we talking about a
fucking wild?
What is, so I realised what I meant to say. It's what's the current score again? 15.
Oh yeah, 14-5.
14-5.
I didn't get a single point last week.
I know. I feel for you, Dom.
Nah,
14-5.
I don't.
Right. Well, let's have a look at this then. So, Dom, you're going to go first. I'm going to give you the one or two. Some of them have two nicknames, and you have to give me the team that it is. But I'll start you both off with a relatively easy one, I'll say. So, Dom, which team is referred to as the Latics?
Oh, in the I'm okay. I'm gonna go with Wigan because it's also Oldham.
I was going to say it's two teams. I thought I'd go for an easy one. It is Wigan and Oldham, but I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I was going to say, is it in the league right now? Like,
It's Wigan. It's Wigan. I got Wigan, but I also had Oldham there. It was a bit of an easy one. So there we go. Dom's got a point.
Yeah, come on.
And I'll give Dom that 1 point. I'll give Dom one.
More than last week already.
Right, you're doing well. Cal.
Yes.
Nice, easy one to start us on the right track here. Who are the Cherries?
A Bournemouth.
Correct. Nice.
I don't even have time to put feeding ducks on.
I was going to say, it's not going to get that easy now, boys. I'll be honest with you. I thought I'd lull you into a false sense of security. Right. Dom, who are the Saddlers?
Oh, it is Walsall.
That is correct. Nice.
Because it. Yeah, me and Cal should know that one.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cal.
Quite well.
Yeah.
It's going to start getting a little bit tricky, but I don't mind. I like it. Who are the Bluebirds?
Cardiff City.
Straight away.
Let's say we don't need the ducks. We don't need the ducks today.
There's no ducks today. Just Bluebirds.
Love it. Yes, Bluebirds. And Cal is all over it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Right.
Cal, we're doing all right this season. I think.
Yeah, I think
we
stepped it up, man.
I'm almost like high fiving you while you do that. Go on.
There's no better feeling.
I like this.
I know it.
I know it. It's great. Right, Dom. We're getting there now. Who are, Dom, the Pilgrims?
Do you know Cal?
I think I know. I'll guess if you don't get it.
Yeah. There's a team that came to my head straight away, so I'm gonna have to say it. Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, I think so.
Smashed it. You've smashed it, Dom. Yes.
Yeah, I kept, like Green Army advert that got me a little bit. Then
I had a weird thing. I thought Plymouth, and I was like Bradford. And I don't know why I thought Bradford. I don't know, but yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, that might come back in this. There might be a Bradford City. Who knows?
Say that.
Who knows? Maybe next. Maybe not. See, Dom. Oh no, it's Cal. Sorry, it's Cal.
Give me
Cal.
a point as well.
Okay, yeah.
That'd be nice.
I'll do feeding books.
Right. Oh, hang on. Cal.
Yeah.
See, I think there is two teams with this name, so I'll allow both. I said that I was trying to minimise, but I was also trying to keep the teams relatively known. I could go down like the Football League. I thought, no, I won't be an idiot. Who are the Addicts?
Charlton Athletic.
Oh, he's smashing it. Love it.
Who were the other one?
I love Charlton.
I think I saw one earlier on that was also an Addicts. But
I think there might be another one.
Isn't the stadium called the Attic?
But this is Addict.
Addict.
The ups.
It's because it's not stadiums, isn't it?
Yeah. Although that was maybe that'll be next week. Maybe it'll be a week after.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm so bad. No. God.
Well, I don't want to let you know because it gives you a bit of time.
Well, I got one wrong that was just mentioned, so you might be doing all right, Cal.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, Cal.
No.
I keep doing this. It's dumb.
Right, you've got a point off.
I should get a point off. I should stop drinking Prosecco. That's what it is. I need to stop drinking. I've just finished the bottle as well. So
on the Prosecco, what Prosecco was it? Let's talk Prosecco for a second.
Let's talk Prosecco for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll get done for advertising or sponsorship. It's It's
Oh yes, we've got loads of those.
yeah. Hang on. Why is
Our
it-
other
hang on.
Prosecco company will be fuming.
Oh, Fresinet are going to be.
Fresinet. So what's weird is I work in a bar, right? And it's been called Fresinet by everyone on the bar staff until a rep. One sec.
Fresinet.
A rep came in the cavern and she was like, "Oh, so do you like our prosecco?" And I said, "Yeah, I absolutely love it." I said, "It sells really well." Everyone always asks, "Oh, can we have that Frexinit or whatever?" She goes, "Do you know how to say it?" And I went, "Well, no." She went, "Get this, it's Freyane."
Oh,
I had no idea. I had no idea. So even
Not in
I
the-
get shit, yeah. Even
not
I
in
get
the
it wrong.
cavern, not in England.
Do you know what it is? The Beatles fucking played it, you wanker.
It's Terry Henry.
Paul McCartney didn't drink your fucking French shit. I'm joking. It's not even French, is it? I don't think it's French. I should just stick to quizzing, shouldn't I? Right, who's next?
I think it's me now. Is it you, Dom? I can't even remember.
It's me. You had Charlton, didn't you?
Right.
By the way, can we say you guys have got 100% record so far? So
God.
doing great.
We're
No
flying
pressure.
this year.
No.
Dom,
Yes.
who are known as the Salop?
Oh, Shrewsbury Town.
Oh, you boys are on it today. I love it. Who's had their Weetabix?
Fun fact, I used to have a Shrewsbury Town badge that you'd like print onto a t-shirt or like a bag or something. I used to have it glued to my door in my room because I did a FIFA career mode with them and loved them.
Oh, really?
Bought it off eBay for like 50p and just had it on my. I think it might. I don't think it is still. No.
Well,
if it is,
if
it is, we'll put it here.
Yeah.
If not, then we'll just get awkward silence for a second.
Yeah, it won't be
I
that.
love it. Well, as an extra fun fact for any of your viewers who like myself, who sort of are interested in music type things, there was quite a cult music film called "This Is Spinal Tap." I don't know if you boys have heard of Spinal Tap,
Yeah.
but it's one of the most quoted music films. And bear in mind, obviously, that everyone in the film is like American, but they play this British band. And I know there's a story where the bass player in the band who plays the bass was like, I need a typical random English football team to wear as I go through an airport, and he wears a Shrewsbury Town t-shirt.
Really?
It's a great scene. Who knows? It's an airport scene with a bass player, a guy called Derek Smalls. But yes, I love it.
They're getting a lot, aren't they?
Documentary, earn it.
Also, fierce rivals have won Wrexham Town as well, so wouldn't mind. They're obviously in the headlines at the moment, aren't they? Right, Cal.
Yes.
This team has two names, and I would say because one of the names is quite common, but the other name would definitely kind of give you an indication, unless you probably heard of it. You boys are on fire anyway. So which team is known as the Robins or the Cider Army?
Is it Bristol City or Rovers City? Bristol City.
Oh, mate, you guys are fucking all over this.
Robin,
yes.
Yeah, because Josh Brownhill's from Warrington and he used to play for him for ages.
Fair enough. God, you boys are all over this. I clearly have... I thought I was going a bit tricky.
No, I like it. Our egos are.
Like I say, we look mega when you do this.
Yeah. Last week we talked about brothers, so it took me 4 minutes to figure out one that was wrong. So
Oh, no, I'm glad we can have weeks where it's a little bit more easygoing, and then next week it will be who's the first ever left-footed player.
You keep saying this, but it never does.
Right.
Can we have the hardest quiz in the world next week? So we get 0 points.
And with 0 points, 0 clues, 0 chance.
Oh, God.
Who played right centre back in the West Germany versus Hungary 1962 World Cup final?
Now you've said that, Dom. Cut to next week. One of us is going to have that answer.
Beckenbauer.
It's not a bad shout.
It's probably not actually, to be fair. It's not, is it?
No enough, Dom.
We're back with Dom. Make sure I tick that one off. Yes. Dom, we've only got a few more to be fair, but you boys are smashing this to be fair. So, Dom, which team is known as the Chair Boys?
Do you know this, Cal?
Yes.
It is Wycombe Wanderers.
Yeah.
Just lost the manager,
haven't they?
Yeah. Gareth Ainsworth.
Is he having a nightmare at QPR?
QPR just having a nightmare this season alone, I think. Yeah, so he's there to help them, but could go down actually.
Oh,
gosh,
that wouldn't be good.
With the Chair Boys in League One.
Oh, lovely. Right, Cal.
Yes.
We've only got a few more. I've got 7 each, and you boys are flying through them. So I love this. This is brilliant. So Cal, this team has a current name, but they also had a historical name, which I quite like. So I'm going to say both, and I don't know if either will help you, but maybe you'll get it anyway. Which team is known as the Royals, but used to be called the Biscuit Men?
Reading FC.
Oh, fucking hell, you're good. Yes.
I think our football manager here, Cal, is helping us.
I think maybe, yeah. I actually went to the Medeski to watch Reading versus Brighton, and I met up with Liam before it.
I actually did a gig. I did a gig at the Medeski Stadium about 10 years ago. They put like a outdoor, like sort of outdoor stage outside in the car park, and I did a gig years ago.
I think Reading is probably the deadest team in the league.
Yeah,
in the football league, has to be. Worst away fans, anyway.
Very dull place.
We're supporting away fans, no ways.
I love this.
Anyway, carry on.
That's okay. It's okay. Right. We are now into Dom's last couple here. Dom, which team? Again, no, there is 2, so I'll accept both. I think. Which team is known as the Valiants?
Oh, stumped.
So there's 2.
There is, but one team is considerably more famous than the other one, to be fair. So the one that I would expect you to say.
I'm going to guess at Port Vale.
Oh, you're fucking beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't. That was a guess. I think
the Valley.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
I think I looked up earlier, but they were like League 2 or League 3, like barely. I think
League 3.
That's the thing. I said that on purpose.
Yeah, because they.
Who is it? Hang on, that's fine. I should really have kept this.
League.
Sky Bet, disgusting. Hang on. Oh yeah, it was Charlton. Charlton were also.
Oh really? They're from the Valley, aren't they?
That's what it was.
The Valley, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. That was the Valiants.
Not the. Not what I said before.
Not the League 3.
The attic.
The attic with the in League 3.
The upstairs spare room.
Cal, you're due one now. That's an all three of us.
I'm due a shit.
I know. I was going to say I'm pretty shit at this. God now. Cal, which team is known as the Bantams or the Paraders?
Right. Now you've said it. I think it's one that got said before. I think it's Bradford. Because now that makes sense.
You are correct, Cal. You are correct.
You're a slimy little.
We got all of them. Did we get every single one?
There's one each. One more each, I think.
Oh, I was about to report us.
What did I think that the Bradford one was before? It was the Plymouth one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Pilgrims.
Pilgrims or the Bantams, yeah.
Oh, look, there's one.
Bantams.
Hang on. There's 2 left. So there's 1 each left.
Do you know who the manager of Bradford is right now?
Not right. Oh, yeah, isn't it someone? Is it Mark Hughes?
Mark Hughes, yeah. They're flying as well, doing all right this season.
Fair play. Fair play.
Just having a lovely time in West Yorkshire.
I can see, yeah. Right, so you're one more each.
If you can have a lovely time in West Yorkshire, I don't think you can.
One more each.
Yeah, and then I might have a tiebreaker, which is who can answer the question first, and then they'll get an extra point just because I'm mean and I make up the rules and I love it.
That Prosecco way.
Yeah, I know, all this Prosecco. Tom, which team is known as the Railwaymen?
That is Crew Alexandra.
I wouldn't have got that.
You did really well there, to be fair. It is Crew Alexandra.
I had a career with Crew from like League 2 to the Prem in Football Manager.
Love this.
Literally all Football Manager. All it's done is made me think, yep, I'm a little bit of a nerd, but I love it.
Yeah, it's always like League 2 and League 1 as well, man. They're the teams. They're the best.
Yeah, you got to start down there. Yeah. I always start with National League.
I like
South,
it in the National League North.
Yeah. Pick up someone with £3 a week wage.
Yeah.
I should do that on my FIFA. I've just basically signed for Spurs and I'm just putting a Harry Kane out of a job.
So. You're Harry Kane. That's me now.
Yeah, that's basically. I'm putting Harry Kane out. He's like a 91 and I'm a 68 or whatever. It's 70 when we start with. It's mad. Right, Dom, for a full house. Not Dom, it's Cal. Fucking hell, this Prosecco's mad. Cal.
Yeah.
For a full house. Who are the COD Army?
Oh,
Oh my god!
right,
I know
so
it, but
it's
got-
a
just gotta pick one of them,
sea
yeah.
town, isn't it?
It's not gonna be Birmingham, is it?
It's somewhere where they have lots of water. The Cod Army. Right,
Good on me.
Do you know who it is, Dom?
Yes, I do.
I don't know.
It's next to the Shrimps, mate.
Giving you hints and everything.
It's
bloody
next
hell.
to Morecambe.
Well, isn't okay.
Morecambe with the Shrimps, weren't they?
So I'm just
No?
keeping an eye on the Chelsea game, but I don't know what the score
What
is.
score is it?
I don't know. I
Buy
think-
me some time.
Chelsea-
Oh wait, we can actually do this now, can't we?
Yeah, give the Ducks. I think Chelsea are 1-0 up. I think Chelsea 1-0 up.
They're winning.
Are they?
I think I don't know. I haven't really been watching, but it looks like Chelsea got a goal.
No,
1-0.
I'm not going to concede. I'm going to guess, just out of hope. What was the team that we shouted out last week?
Starts with an S.
Southend United. I don't know.
Dom, who are the Cod Army?
It's Fleetwood.
Oh god.
Yeah. Southend aren't in the
Wow.
league anymore.
God, I hate Fleetwood. Shithole.
Well,
Shithole.
It's a bit of a shithole.
At the end of season quiz, when I do the look back on when I do another look back on all the quiz questions and things.
What did Cal describe as a shithole?
alienate a whole
How many
town.
guesses have you got? You got like 50, we've made about 5 different towns.
Put it in John Shirley's Vault next week.
Reading's a shithole. Fleetwood's a shithole.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, Dom, you've taken. I won't give you the point. So you've taken an edge on this one quiz, which means you've brought it back 2. So it's now. Well, it's not really brought back.
It's 8 points clear now.
So Cal has got 21, and Dom has 13.
Doesn't look as nice
Still
when you're in
has.
double figures.
Yeah, I'm joined you. Do you know when one of them shit teams in the Prem gets double figures? You're like, oh, at least they beat Derby.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I thought Forest for a while. I was like, oh, they're gonna struggle.
Well, I can save my tiebreaker question for another week. So that's cool. That's cool. Right.
Oh, that's
Oh,
bored
good.
on it now.
Well, you should have got your fucking Fleetwood Town, shouldn't you, mate?
Oh, that's rubbish.
I say let's do it.
Well, the tiebreaker.
Because then if I get the tiebreaker, then you need to do another.
True. All right. Well, okay. Well, just be a fun fact because it was going to be
Just
part
love
of
the quiz.
Well,
Or should we just write it down and then like that's our answer
Oh,
sort of thing?
Christ.
Do you know what I mean?
It would be whoever answers first, to be fair. And unless you answer at exactly the same time, and then we're going down to someone's preferred Wi-Fi, it'd be a bit of a fun fact. It was going to be the tiebreaker question, but who can answer this first? After a 10-year stint in the Premier League, who was relegated in 2018?
Loads of teams.
No.
A lot of teams.
What? One team had a 10-year stint. Yes, Stoke City. They had 10 years of non-stop Premier League, and then they were relegated in 2018. So from 2008 to 2018. So yeah, that was just going to be a tiebreaker. And Cal got it. And do we give him a point for it? No.
No. No, we don't. No, it's fine.
All right.
Because we're weasels and I'm in charge.
I don't need points.
Hey, I can edit it.
that might come back to haunt you one day,
That's
mate.
absolutely fine.
And Dom starts slipping the brown envelopes. I'm sure it will, don't you?
I've already done it, mate. That's why I won this week.
When you see
Don't
my
look
hair,
down,
when you see my hair's been done next week, you'll know who's paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Different
wondering
room.
how many quizzes have we got? So we've got 7 quizzes left. And if you beat me by one on all of them, I still win.
Quick one before we leave, by the way.
He didn't like that.
I like that a lot.
Charlie, obviously you're a Spurs fan. We've discussed it before. We would like to make you come on the pod for the first half and as well when Tottenham ultimately sack Conte at some point because he wants to leave himself. First of all, we'll speak about Tottenham, but then you've got a few minutes to figure out what your random footballer of the week will be, because we'll add yours as well to it. Tottenham play. Oh, well, it'd be after, won't it? So we'll talk about this in retrospect. Tottenham play AC Milan. Are you confident?
In typical Tottenham fashion, yes, I am, because as much as they could easily throw it away, and that would be the Tottenham I know of. But then this is Tottenham who somehow, I mean, you guys might disagree. Obviously, I would say as a fan, I don't think there's a club anywhere like Tottenham. I think who was it? There was there was a match of the day commentator who I think it was Guy Mowbray. He put a tweet out saying like, everyone has their own club, but there's no club more infinitely singularly frustrating than Tottenham Hotspur, because I think that they are the one team that everyone kind of goes, make your mind up. I don't think there is another team like it. I was sort of reading through the tweets and some people saying, oh, there's Everton, there's some other teams. Like, no, but a team where everything about them is a top team. And I don't think any football fan would ever say they look forward to playing Spurs. But they just seem to always be the bridesmaid, and I'm getting fucking sick of it.
Perfectly summed up. I think that's perfectly summed up, to be fair.
But I think we're going to win. I think we'll do them at the ground. I think we'll be on our high horse. I think Harry's army will take us through. I hope, anyway.
So is it 1-0 to? Did Rafael Leao score first?
Yes.
1-0 to AC?
Yeah. So it's only one goal, and I think anyone could say we take a 1-goal deficit in aggregate to a home game. I think anyone can be. Look at Chelsea. Yeah. I don't know. We can talk about the Chelsea game maybe in retrospect, but it's. I think it's anyone's game. I think Spurs can do it. If they don't do it, I won't speak to you guys for another week.
Yeah, if there's no quiz, we'll know the result of the game. Just on the last note, have you got your random football of the week?
Should we give him ours from today?
Yeah, give me yours from today, because I don't know.
Just in case he was going to pick Marcus Hanneman or Collins John.
So we had Collins John and we had Marcus Hanneman, but we'll do a little song now, and then you can say your person, and you know how it works. So have you got it?
Give me. How long is the song? How long is the song?
Not long.
5
seconds. Think it's long? I've tried to wing it before, Charlie. Don't do it, mate.
It's difficult. Just think of any noughties football, basically.
Okay, well, I think I've got a couple anyway, because I think I've got some from that I was going to use from last time, so I'm going to look.
Right, so Malbronk is in.
Malbronk, Steve Finnan. Yeah, we got Hanneman. So you don't need a goalkeeper anymore. Basically, any position is yours. We can move it around. Play a back 3, but play a back 5. Have you got your player?
I think so, because I've got a little list. Because when you guys did this, I've got a little list. But I'm worried if we've talked about him in the past. But I don't care. I'm saying it. Go on. Give me the music. Go on.
Random footballer of the week.
Ryan Nelson.
Oh, he likes it. He likes it.
Like it.
Obviously, you're gonna have a little Blackburn Spurs off now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I always forget he played there. I always forget he plays at Spurs. Yeah, just after QPR, I think, or just before it. Brilliant pick. Centre back, solid, resolute.
Was he a centre back? Yeah, he was. Was he right?
Yeah, him and Chris Samba.
I hope you weren't a right back.
Yeah, or even Stephen in there.
We don't need
that's perfect. We've got now 5, 6 in our team. How many have we got now? We've got 5 in our team now,
so
making a very, very solid team. And,
I'll be honest. I think it might beat the last one already.
Well, what I'll do, is I'll go and figure out what the league appearances was from that team and the goals and assists, or if I can figure that out, I can do. But like always, thank you very much, Charlie, for being on. We appreciate every single quiz that you do, and every single quiz seems to be different every single time. So I don't know how you keep doing it. Me and Cal had like 3 questions each, and we struggled by week 3. So we appreciate it every single time. Obviously, you're always welcome to talk about anything you want on the pod beforehand. Just let us know if you want to come on for the first part, because you're always welcome, like we say. But that has been the podcast, the Calendon Talks Nonsense podcast, season 2, episode 3, and we are flying in this season. So we will see you all next week. And cheers, guys. See you later.
Thank you. See you
Come on,
later.
the Spurs.